going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Eric, and today I'll be talking about my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2023. Happy New Year, everybody. It is the new year here, January 2nd, actually, but I'm really looking forward to a lot of movies. This is going to be a great year for movies, I hope. I hope. I didn't put out the best of, worst of list this year coming into 2023 because, to be honest, I didn't go to the movies as much as I wanted. And I avoided so many movies that I heard were complete trash. It's going to be tough for me to ever make a worst of list, really, because it's just worst of that I saw. Because I intentionally will not go check out a movie if I just know it's garbage, unless it's a franchise movie that, I feel like I need to check out and give it a chance, that I'm a huge fan of a franchise. Okay, maybe I'll go. But that aside, if a movie's just getting terrible reviews, I won't even bother with it. So there's so many movies I didn't check out, plus movies I didn't check out that turned out to be really good according to reviews. A lot of really awesome horror movies I still need to check out. So it's tough to make a list this year because I missed out on too many movies. That said, the worst of definitely would have had Halloween Ends. And it definitely would have had Jurassic World Dominion. Just a couple that come to mind real quick. Complete trash movies, okay? Really bad. As for the best of list, definitely would have had The Black Phone. And definitely Black Adam would have had a good chance to be on there. But number one would have been 100% The Menu. Just absolutely loved that movie. So The Menu would be number one, my number one movie of 2022, if you're curious. But let's jump into my top 10 most anticipated. At number 10, I have The Flash. This movie would have been a lot higher at some point earlier, but I've just been fed up with Ezra Miller. Even though I like him as The Flash, I do. I really liked him in Justice League. I've been looking forward to this movie for years. That's why it cracked the top 10 barely. But Ezra Miller, I mean, he's not going to be a long-lasting part of the franchise. The guy can't behave as a person. I don't know how, you're supposed to refer to them as. I really don't know, because I'm not really thinking about that when I'm talking about someone who's just an absolute menace to society, out there choking out fans, getting into bar fights, robbery, everything under the sun. Ezra Miller's out there just creating havoc, and it just doesn't seem like a good person whatsoever. So it makes it hard to just, sit back and I can separate the actor from the character 99 times out of 100. But when it's somebody this just out there and you're just like, damn, man, it's not just that I can't separate them. It's also that I know that he's not going to be a long part of this franchise. They're going to have to recast if they haven't already. They're going to have to get someone new to play the Flash. So it's like, okay, this is a kind of a one-off. The DCU is changing anyway, and they're changing everything about it. So DCU is kind of dying out. They even changed the name now with the new leadership and everything. So at this point, I am still curious to check it out, but I'm not as excited about it as I've been. Number 9, we have Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So this is an Indiana Jones movie. Obviously, I love the old Indiana Jones movies, the originals. It's absolutely crazy that they're still making these movies with Harrison Ford. But I'm just hoping that this kind of is the swan song for Harrison Ford, and a little better than the last one. And was it Crystal Skull? I don't know. We've had some bad ones in the past that I haven't watched for a long time. Watched them at the theater, and that was about it for the last one or two of these. But I really love the original couple of Indiana Jones movies, definitely Raiders of the Lost Ark and Temple of Doom for sure. And after that, not a huge fan of them as much. But I'm still looking forward to this one. I will watch them all and hopefully review them all before Dial of Destiny hits theaters. Number 8, we have Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Now, the Mission Impossible franchise is really impressive that it's stood strong, and it's just been good movie after good movie until, for me, the very most recent one. It came out, I believe, 2018. Was it called Fallout? I didn't really enjoy that one. I found it was long, and maybe I was tired or something that day. I don't know. I need to rewatch it. But that last Mission Impossible movie, I didn't enjoy. I felt like it just dragged, and it just was all over the place, and I was kind of lost in the plot a little bit. I thought it was kind of convoluted. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to check it out again. But I love the rest of them, especially Part 3 is my personal favorite. Part 3 kicks ass. But Mission Impossible is a great franchise, and it's just amazing that how long it has stayed strong. Even if I don't like the most recent one, all the rest of them were awesome. And so it's a franchise that I'm still excited about and looking forward to see what Tom Cruise can bring here in Dead Reckoning Part 1. Number 7, we have Oppenheimer. Okay, this is a film that's going to be directed by a very good director, obviously, and Christopher Nolan, and it is about um, Robert Oppenheimer, who is the American theoretical physicist who is credited with being the father of the atomic bomb. And obviously, this is a kind of movie that could turn out to be absolutely awesome. I love, historically based movies, and I'm a kind of a history buff myself. So I'm not an expert on this person, but I'm definitely going to be doing some research. And I don't want to spoil myself too much. I pretty much already I think I know how this is going to go because of the history behind it. But I'm still very curious about it, very interested in it. It just sounds like a movie that could be really awesome, and of course, because of the director behind it, that makes it a little more exciting. Number 6, we have The Exorcist, the new Exorcist movie. The original Exorcist I used to watch, obviously, as a kid, a huge fan of. And some of the sequels are pretty fun as well. I want to review this entire franchise before we get to it. But I have it as number 6. Now, it could be complete trash, but I'm still very curious about it and excited to check it out. But you never know. And actually, from this point on, I'm going to have a lot of franchise movies on the list. I think all except one here that is of the top 5 are sequels. So that's kind of a red flag, but almost the whole list is sequels. If we're honest, everything in here except Oppenheimer and number 5, which is Megan, which is this new AI or this new movie. It's kind of like a new type of Chucky movie, but I'm really curious about it. And I know that a lot of my viewers have been excited about this one. And I think this is coming out in a few days here. So I'm definitely going to be checking that out. That comes in at number 5. It looks like it's going to be potentially something really kick-ass. And any kind of original horror movies, original ideas, even though they're not completely original. I mean, there's inspiration, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not a franchise movie. Those have the potential to be really awesome. But number 4, I have Scream 6 just above it, just because the Scream franchise has been so solid. Scream 5, which is just called Scream, which pissed me off, but that was kind of part of the joke. I get it for Scream. Okay, I'll give him a pass, but I reviewed that one. I reviewed the entire franchise, I believe. So yeah, Scream 6, another movie that I'm really looking forward to. And then number 3, we have Creed 3. Creed 3, right? Creed 2 was my number 1 movie of the year in 2017. It just goes to show you. I mean, I love the Rocky franchise. Every movie has been kick-ass, awesome, amazing. I mean, it's just incredible. It's just an incredible franchise. I believe Sylvester Stallone is not going to be back, though. Is that concerning? Not too much, because the Creed movies haven't really relied on him, but he does help. So we'll just wait and see. But I'm curious to see what Creed 3 can bring. Number 2, John Wick 4. And you'll notice all these top 4 are franchise movies, but they're franchise movies that have been reliable, solid, no trash. And that's why Indiana Jones and Mission Impossible. Okay, Mission Impossible Fallout's not trash, but I didn't really enjoy it. That's why those are kind of lower on the list. I have more confidence in these that are higher, such as John Wick 4. John Wick is an amazing franchise. Wow. Love all 3 of them. I think that John Wick 3 was probably the worst of the 3, but still absolutely awesome. And I'm looking forward to John Wick 4. And I can't believe that I think it's going to be one of the best. I think it's going to be amazing. But my number 1 anticipated movie of 2023 has to be Dune Part 2. I thought Dune Part 1 was amazing. Did that come out in 2022? If so, it would have also been on the top 10. I want to say it didn't. I want to say it came out in 21. But regardless, Dune Part 2 is number 1 on my list. I am absolutely thrilled and extremely excited about this movie, because I thought Dune Part 1 was so awesome, and I loved the tone, I loved the feel, I loved the story, and then it felt like it just kind of stopped, and I was like, damn it, fudge. Like, I wanted to see the rest of that movie. So I had to wait all the way until Dune Part 2, and I haven't even rewatched Dune Part 1, because the only thing about it is frustrating at the end. I will watch Dune Part 1 the day of or the night before I go to see Dune Part 2, just to prepare for Dune Part 2. I haven't even bought Dune Part 1 on Blu-ray. I'll buy it right before this movie, because I'm not going to waste my money right now, because I'm not going to watch it, because I really don't want to watch it, because again, it's so good, but it just leaves me wanting to see the rest of the story. So I'll be looking forward to Dune Part 2 for sure. It's my most anticipated by far of 2023. And that is my top 10 list. The Flash, Indiana Jones, Mission Impossible, Oppenheimer, The Exorcist, Megan, Scream 6, Creed 2, Creed 3, excuse me, John Wick 4, and Dune Part 2. Let me know your top 10 down below. And trust me, there will probably be some horror films and some other original films that are not even on this list that are just going to blow me away. Because I can tell you, The Menu, I never even heard of The Menu coming into 2022. And it's my favorite movie of the year. So you just never know. I'm sure a lot of these are going to be complete garbage. They're going to piss me off. But that's the nature of going to the movies. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time.